Most of you have grown up in the biggest city in your state. And for me, that was Los Angeles. I was born there. I spent half of my life there. And then I moved to the capital of Sacramento, California. Sacramento is much different than Los Angeles, but it is a fairly large city with a fairly large metropolitan size. It's like top 30 in the state. So yeah, I was able to get along and understand how things go. And seeing beautiful women, mixed women, white women, that's not new to me. I grew up under that environment, but not everybody is like that. Some people grow up in small cities or small towns, and then they get shocked when they move to a big city. Some people learn to adapt. Some people don't. And when they don't, there's hell to pay. Rewind! Let's talk about Deontay Wilder. He's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of the University of Alabama Rolling Tide, one of the greatest football college teams on planet Earth. There's not a lot of opportunities for young black men in Tuscaloosa to do things. A guy with his kind of talent, his ability, he had to go to other cities, like Las Vegas for fighting. And then again, he's still always a small time guy. Once he got his fame, he got his fortune, he started dealing with different chicks that the normal guy could have never dealt with. Even him, going to New York City, Cali, Las Vegas, you're not dealing with the chicks you're dealing with before. He had a baby mama before, a girl that was down with him from what I was told. But once he started getting his money on, he started to see what he likes. A lot of brothers, as you know, do like light-skinned women, and they like unique-looking women. Fast forward! That brings us to Telli Swift. I don't know what she is. She looks like she's Filipino, Asian, could be mixed. I'm not sure. But once Deontay Wilder saw her, he had to have her. And to be honest, she is a very good looking young lady. But there's a problem. Allegedly, she's been around the block too many times. And this came out in 2018 when 50 Cent released this.
Now, this weekend I go to this little fitness competition thing in T-Net, right? So I popped in there, check everybody out, and while I'm there, Big Baby shows up. And Big Baby, big heavyweight fighter, and he seen me come out with Deontay Wilder, so he's like, yo, I'm ready, I want to fight. And I'm like, okay, now people Deontay kept told me that they fought before, and they gave him a mild concussion, so I'm like, yo, you sure you want this fight? And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I sparred with him mad times before, he said, I'm gonna knock him out. I'm like, okay, so now, when he told me you're gonna knock him out, I'm like, so what's really going on? I'm like, somebody lying to me, man. Deontay and them told me that the boy had a mild concussion, he put some pain in on that boy, right? Then I run into him and he tell me he ready for the fight. He said he did spar with him one time after coming back from running, and he was dehydrated and everything, and he went, oh. And then he said the pretty Asian girl that Deontay be with, I'm like, his girl? He said, yeah, his girl. He said, I bust her first, fam. I was her first, and maybe that's why he is acting like he acting. And I'm like, what? This came out of nowhere, blood. It was out of nowhere, cuz. For real, just came out of nowhere. And then I'm like, what the f? And he go, nah, I was first, maybe he got it and thought that was something special because, he's a country. We from New York, so different, Phil. And I'm like, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Now that's Jerrell Big Baby Miller. He's a boxer. If you guys remember a few years ago, he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua. Something happened, he got hurt. That opened up the door for Andy Ruiz to get in there. The rest was history. And Jerrell Miller just got knocked out his last fight. But you know what? That doesn't stop him from weighing in on the situation with Deontay Wilder. And how do we know that? Well, because Deontay Wilder's ex-girlfriend used to be, you guessed it, Jarell Miller's booty clapping sounds. But there's some more information that Jarell Miller said about Deontay Wilder.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Jarell Big Baby Miller. Jarell Miller had this to say about the recent going-ons between Telli Swift and Deontay Wilder, and this is what he had to say. He said, quote, You see, I never kick a man while he's down, but you see this pencil leg face, I'm gonna stay on your neck. Ouch. I've been told his dumbass years ago about this bird, and number one, I don't know the full story, and I don't care. All I know is I told your country ass, leave that leftover turkey stuffing alone. Now she done came up on your Of course, we know that Deontay Wilder's fiance, Telli Swift, has reportedly been granted a temporary restraining order on her, claiming that he abused her on multiple occasions. And let me counterpunch. What Jerrell Miller is saying is exactly what he told 50 Cent, and 50 Cent told the whole world. That he had already slept with Telli Swift, and she's nothing to write home about. But she was, of course, special to Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is not accustomed to that caliber or that type of ambiguously ethnic looking girl before, like he is in New York, I guess, with more diversity versus Alabama.
Jerrell Miller was saying, hey, bro, I tried to tell you, even though me and you not cool, I tried to tell you that she wasn't nothing. And again, the lady has put a restraining order on Deontay Wilder. She doesn't want to deal with him anymore. She's broken up with him. People are saying that it's because he's abusive, and that could be the case, or it's just because he lost, or it's a combination of both. Well, the reality is, if Deontay Wilder was being abusive towards her, it could be an insecure thing, right? A lot of guys, because they have money, you think that they wouldn't need to hit people. George Foreman admitted as a heavyweight champion, he used to hit women. So, but let me get back to the whole story here. The reality of it all is that Deontay Wilder did something that other guys did not do. He upgraded a chick that was in the streets, or for the streets. And do you want to know why that was more likely to happen? I'm gonna tell you, the way that she looks. You see, dudes like Jarell Miller, dudes like 50 Cent, even some guys that live in DC, New York City, Philly, you know, to see a chick that looks racially ambiguous, especially Cali, we have the greatest diversity of Florida. That's not nothing. A lot of dudes in the East Coast live next to Dominicans, they live by Puerto Ricans. That's nothing, right? We always see people like that. So we're not shocked when we see a chick that looks like she does. But hey, some brothers get, you know, they look at girls and they can't believe how beautiful they are. Hey, it happens overseas. Look, it happens when brothers go to the DR. It happens when brothers go to Colombia. It can happen in the States. You start just being like, oh, I really want this chick because what she looks like, and you're not thinking about the person or what kind of person she is, you know, and people start to laugh at you. And that really can happen to a guy, and that can destroy a guy's self-image, because who you pick as a woman really matters. All right. If you're with a girl and she got a history of sleeping around with guys in the industry, and let's just be honest, guys that are not who you are, like for example, Jarell Miller. I mean, he only has one loss, but nobody will ever confuse Jarell Miller for being on the same level as Deontay Wilder, right? And that's with no disrespect to Jarell Miller. I've never heard anybody say that Jarell Miller could fight Tyson Fury, he could whatever. But hey, Jarell Miller was clapping him up. You know what I'm saying? He was clapping him up, and he did so for a long time. Then what Deontay Wilder did was he upgraded her. Well, why would you want to upgrade somebody like that? That doesn't make sense. The same thing with Ray J and Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was smashing Princess Love, and that was even worse because they were friends. And it's like, yo, bro, you was slapping that and you didn't know? And I'm pretty sure she told him that, hey, you know, I used to mess with Jarell Miller. I used to date her. So I would be like, okay, well then maybe I'll hang out with you too, but I'm not gonna wife you up. I'm not gonna make you my main chick, because why? She was messing with a dude for less that wouldn't give her nothing. So why would I give it to her? And the thing is, it's okay to give women great things if they're great. Most women won't deal with you if you're not great. Let's just be honest. If you're not doing great things as a man, a woman is not going to give you any level of respect. All right? You got to understand that. You know, if you're not a guy that's looking good, not a guy that's doing well, not a guy that's rich, not a guy that's doing this and that, women are not going to deal with you. They're not going to, you know, they're not going to talk to you, man. That's just what it is, right? It took so much for you to be who you are. Don't you think that it's somewhat fair for you to treat yourself to make her be who she is? If a lady's been sleeping around, not being serious about herself, why would you wife that? Okay, that's the whole point, right? And I know that he probably did some wrong things to her or whatever. That's what she's accusing him of. That could be the truth. I'm not sure. But the situation is, why would you upgrade her? Never upgrade a lady that was dealing with a guy who wouldn't upgrade her unless she's a diamond in the rough. And from what I understand, she wasn't. And then what they also say is, stop the show. She had a kid by somebody else. Deontay Wilder was out there playing stepdaddy to the kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, over there stepdaddying it up, bro. Like, you got rich, you got all that money to do that, and now you're out here stepdaddying it up? That's crazy. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Jump. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.